I don't get why they keep coming at Danny. Like, I don't get what it is about Danny that they find so problematic.
Yeah, it's. I think she's jealous of their relationship. I really do. She's going on to have 3 kids. They seem very happy with each other. He's like, he has probably a good job. They're moving to Santa Clarita. They're setting up their life, and I feel like Janet's just fucking miserable. Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Don't Let It Stu. It is a beautiful Wednesday. The Valley was on last night. I watched it. I have Zack Peter coming on the show. He'll be by in a few minutes. He's just finishing up his podcast. So I just was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for him. I'm just going to get going and just chat with you guys. So let me tell you about the weekend. So I went to New York the weekend. I flew in on Thursday and had dinner with my friend Curtis, and we had a great time, and then woke up the next day, and like it just was go, go, go. Like this whole weekend was just like insane. I never stopped for a minute. I was absolutely fucking exhausted by the end of it. I think I fit in too many things in the trip. Like I needed an extra day kind of to space everything out. But it was fun. The weather in New York was perfect. It wasn't like just so humid. It was kind of warm, but like not crazy humid. Same with the Hamptons. So got up super early, got the train to the Hamptons, stayed at Jill Zarin's friend's house, Suzanne, beautiful house. And I just was like sleeping a lot. And I was like, where are we going? And then I had dinner with David Yontif at Barron's Cove in Sag Harbor. Really nice. I just love going to the Hamptons like every year for that like event. This year was kind of different for me because I couldn't stay the whole weekend. So I didn't get to enjoy like all of it. Like a bunch of the housewives arrived after I left. So dinner at Barron's Cove, so awesome. We got like the best table. And this was so funny. Barron's Cove is like, it's in Sag Harbor. It's close to Jill Zarin's house and her friend's house. And so I was like, she took me there last year, and I was like, I really want to go back to that place. I just think it's so fucking cool. It's on the water. You feel like it should be in Charleston or something like that, like not the Hamptons. And the food was good. I remember the food being good last year, and the martinis were good. And so I texted David Yontif. I was like, I know you live in Sag Harbor. I said, are you here? Are you in town? He's like, yeah, I'm here. I said, do you want to do dinner? He's like, brilliant. I'm available. Jill was doing other stuff. I wasn't able to hang out with her that night. She had other stuff going on in Southampton. So I'm like, he's like, we're going to need a reservation though. I'm like, shit, fuck. There's no way we're going to get a reservation at Barron's Cove, like on a Friday evening in the Hamptons in the summer. Not going to happen. I go into Open Table. Shit me not. 7 o'clock, there's a table for 2. Someone must have just canceled. I don't know. Everything works out beautifully. God, the universe, all that stuff. So I hit it. We get the table for 2. I meet him there at 7 o'clock. I have to walk. I walk there. It's about a 10-minute walk from the house. And go in. I sit at the bar, order a martini. Then our table's ready. He arrives. We get him a drink. We go upstairs. They have the most insane table for us. I'll put up a photograph on YouTube for you guys. And then the waitress comes. And she's Irish. No shitting you. And I'm like, where are you from? And she's like, I'm from Limerick. And I was like, I was born in Limerick. And she's like, no way. I said, what are you doing? She's like, I'm here for the summer. I'm on a J1 visa. And I'm like, oh, great. Trump gave you a visa? That's awesome. I said, I thought they were not giving out those visas this year. And she's like, no, it was actually okay. I think it was just all talk that was, because it was pretty simple getting J1, which was great because it was our last year in college. The J1 visa program is a program that a lot of people, it's a temporary work permit visa that you can get in the United States. And I mean, I came over on one. I came over on a J1, like an 18-month visa, and I just loved it so much. I kept staying, and I got my attorneys and all that stuff involved to stay longer. But a lot of them are like a 3-month visa, so you get it for like the summertime. When you're done with high school, you go into college. A lot of people do it their first year after high school, and you just have the best time. Like, I never did it like during my years in college for like the 3-month thing. Like my other brother, Graham, did it. He went to San Francisco. He said he had the best summer. He did New York for a summer too. He did it twice. And I was like, okay, I got to do that when I'm in college or my last year. So I did it on my last year, and I got like the 18-month one. Really, really cool. And she was just so nice. I was like, this is so funny. Like, just when things are just meant to work out and are meant to be, like, that's just like, you get the reservation at 7. Then we get this fucking incredible table up in the balcony overlooking the bay or overlooking the harbor. Then the waitress is Irish and she's from Limerick. And it's like, I mean, if something doesn't tell you that, like, that you're at the right place at the right time, this was it. Like all these events. I was like, okay, good. I feel good. I'm meant to be here. All great. Dinner was beautiful. Went around the corner to another restaurant, met Suzanne, the woman I was staying with at the house. Had a few drinks there and went to bed. I must have been in bed at like 11 o'clock, early night. Up the next morning. Okay. Zach is coming in.
Oh, we're
and
live.
then
Oh,
I was
hi.
like, no, because I just said, I was like, I think he's still doing his podcast. Let me just check. And you were. And I was like, okay, well, let's just start. And so what I'm just starting off, just telling them about, I'm at the Hamptons, went to dinner with David Yontef, got a beautiful table. The waitress was Irish. She was from where I was from. She was on a J1 visa. It was like, it was just like all meant to be. Like we got a reservation at 7 o'clock and like an hour before the, like where I was meant to be. Crazy. So up the next morning, go to the Hamptons. I get ready, get into my outfit. It is perfect. The weather outside. It's not hot. Like usually every single year I've been to that Hamptons party, it has been so sticky, so disgusting. I have to face tune every photograph of myself to take all the sweat marks out. Like, no, it's beyond. Like, it was so beautiful.
You're so good at doing like the face tune. Like, I don't know how to do all the Leon lock-in tricks.
Yeah, like I'll like, because there's such great, like I don't like hit a filter. I'll like do like the actual like the saturation, the tones, like I'll like a photographer does. Like I've just been doing it for years and I just love like, because you can just always improve a photograph so easily. But Facetune is the best one. It's not like a crazy one. You know what? You know, like Paul and Patrick kept that crazy one where it just looks nothing like them. Like it's not like one of those where you hit like automatic and it just changes your face to a completely different person. Yeah, it's like it's just kind of a nice one that I've always used. So I get there. I didn't get to stay that long. I stayed about an hour and 45 minutes at Jill's party. She gave a VIP bag that was like insane. Like I didn't even know why I got one. I was just leaving early and the boys were like, hey, do you want one? I was like, yeah, sure. And it was this wheelie bag, this like silver wheelie bag. If you saw Jill's Instagram, you could see like all the ladies like wheeling this bag. There was about $3,000 worth of shit in it. Like it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. And so, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. There was kind of a noise. Then I got to my friend Cam's. We opened it up. I mean, she took pretty much 3/4 of the bag. So I have a little shipment coming my way of some men's stuff. I mean, it was all women's, like mascara, all this shit. Like they had this facial thing for a woman's face. It was like $350. The bag was $200. Like it just was so much stuff in it. It was great. Then
Wow, thanks for
we get up the
sharing.
next. Yeah, it was great. It was a really fun weekend. It was just like manic. I was up at 5 every morning, I feel like. So then it comes to you. And so we go, now I have to get up in the morning, go see Zach in Chicago. And also I saw Zach in New York too. And we shot some fun things. We went on Donna's podcast and we hung out
Oh
a bit.
yeah, I forgot we went on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I forgot about that. I was just like, I know, I saw you twice this weekend.
Everything's been a blur.
It really has been. It really has been. So here we go. It actually comes to the perfect point of the podcast. So I get on the plane. This is what we're going to get off our chest. Just wash yourself before you get on a plane. That's all I'll say. So I sit down beside this woman. Go ahead. What you want to say?
No, I was gonna say one of the good things. What I love to always travel with are deodorant wipes.
Yeah.
Because not only do they help clean everything, but then they also have like the deodorant and the smell, and like it's not like just a baby wipe. Like you actually get to have deodorant on top of it.
Yeah.
So like they're like always travel with deodorant wipes. But go
That's
ahead.
actually a good point. I should actually get those too if I ever feel a bit kind of like smelly or whatever traveling, because you just get so sticky and whatever. So I'm on there and I'm sitting down in the chair. There's a woman beside me. She looks nice, whatever. Puts on her Beats headphones. She's kind of nodding off. I'm like, great. Then there was kind of like a smell. And I was like, oh, this is funny. And so I'm sitting on the aisle. We'll say you're looking down the airplane, like to the left, right? And I look to my left, and that's the aisle where my nose is pointed towards. Smells fine. I turn to the right, towards her. Smells a bit fishy. I didn't know we were having Chipino on this flight. I mean, it was just tuna sandwich, tuna fish. I was like, this is disgusting. I just was like, wash your fucking cooch. Like, it just was unbelievable. No, Zach, like, I'm not even exaggerating. It was. I've been down there once or twice with a woman when I was 18, And one of them did not smell good, and it reminded me of that.
Listen, and it goes both ways, right? Because guys
It's
also,
big
we
day.
had this conversation backstage in Chicago about
Yes.
like guys have musty balls and like deodorant would just carry deodorant. Well, it came up because at the show in Chicago,
Yes.
I had realized I was doing the meet and greet, and then I had realized I was like, my armpits feel a little sweaty, and then I was like, did I not put on deodorant? Because I'm running around
Yes.
all day, and then I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit, I think I forgot to put on deodorant, and so I had to like privately text my manager, and I'm like, can you find a CVS nearby and get me deodorant? Emergency, emergency! Like I can't go
Yeah.
on with the show without having deodorant on. Like I'm gonna. The weather in Chicago was kind of warm and a little
Yeah.
humid, and so I was like, I need deodorant, and so yeah, I had him discreetly go and buy me deodorant, and then it
And
became a
listen,
whole spectacle backstage. So then
a smell
everybody
of
knew that I didn't have
BO
deodorant.
is a different smell than like tuna fish.
Yeah,
Like it
it's very
is.
yeah. The upper and the lower are very different.
They're
I
very
agree.
different. Yeah. And but I was just like, I was like, how is it coming through her Lululemons? I'm just like, this is just too much. So you could have done with a
Because
lemon down there.
Lululemons are breathable. They're meant to be breathable, so you just have the air
Not good
just
for me.
circulating
So,
through the plane.
so I'm just like, okay, so I'm just gonna obviously just try and fall asleep with my nose pointed to the aisle. Like it's fine. And so then she kind of wakes up from her slumber. She kind of drifted off for like 15 minutes. Then she wakes up and the guy's coming down with like beverages. And she's like, I don't have Wi-Fi. And he's like, excuse me? I don't have Wi-Fi. Now I'm on Wi-Fi. So she's like, goes back and forth with this guy. And he's like, well, you know, do you have T-Mobile? And she's like, I didn't know I needed to have T-Mobile. You don't need to have T-Mobile. T-Mobile is like a little perk if you have it. They give you free Wi-Fi and Delta flights. It's probably a thing where they want people to move over to T-Mobile if you're a frequent flyer or whatever, right? I have T-Mobile. I log in. It's great. She doesn't. She continues to play into him. Now, let me just preface this. It is $6 to buy the Wi-Fi for this flight, as it's only an hour and 45 minutes. And you can survive an hour and 45 minutes without Wi-Fi. You just can.
Yeah.
You know, it was a short flight. She went back and forth, and he just felt so bad. I just was being like overly nice to him, like when he was serving me like water or drinks, whatever. And he's like, you know what? Let me get done with this stuff, and I'll come back and give you my number so you can log into T-Mobile to whatever. He never fucking came back. Good for him. Because she was nasty. And then she was like, do you know what? I was in the American Express lounge hanging out, and I could have downloaded things to watch, and now I'm just sitting here irritated and nothing to do. Like, I was like,
Meditate.
oh my God. What?
She needs some
Entitlement?
meditation.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was my experience on the plane.
Wow, she sounds like
anything
fun.
fun happen on your side over the weekend? Like kind of crazy.
I almost didn't make it back. Did I tell you I didn't have a flight home from
Oh my
from
God,
Chicago?
tell everybody. This is so funny. Tell him.
So obviously there's so much going on, and it's one city and the next. Like I didn't know what day it was. Like
Yeah.
I just, there was just so much going on, and obviously there's a lot of travel and schedules and everything that everybody's
Beyond.
juggling. And
Yeah.
so with my own personal flights and hotels, I like to personally book them myself. Right?
Yeah.
I do have a team that can do that, but I personally like to book it myself. Okay.
I'd be the same
And
as you. I
so-
kind of like that. Yeah.
I just prefer, because then I'm like, in the moment, if I want to decide to book a 5 a.m. flight or a 6 a.m., which I normally
Yeah.
prefer those earlier flights, but like, I can make the decision, and then I'm not, if I'm unhappy, I'm the one that picked this hotel or
Sure.
picked this flight time or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Donna was flying in to Chicago from Los Angeles, but hers was round trip, and I was flying in from New York, so I was going to have a one-way
Correct.
and then do a one-way home. So
Same
I
here.
booked
Yeah.
our one-way so that I booked my one-way so that I landed about the same time Donna was landing at the airport so that we could ride to the hotel that we were staying at together. Ultimately, my flight got delayed 2 hours, and so Donna ended up getting there before I did, and I literally got there and immediately had to run into a dinner that I had planned, but I was expecting to at least have like time to like freshen up and grab a drink with Donna and chilled and settle in Chicago, which I didn't get to do. But anyway, so then we get through the show, everything's great, and then the next morning I get up and Donna and our flight is at 11:45 back to Los Angeles. And it's in my calendar. And then I wake up that morning, it was maybe about 6, and I was like, no, I think I slept in a little. I think I slept in like closer to 7 because Donna and I were like, we don't even need to leave until like maybe like 9:30 if the flight's not
Yeah.
until 11:45. Like we have time. Like we can have a slow morning. And so I'm looking, I was like, I never got my check-in notification. You know, it says time to check
Yeah.
into your flight.
Always.
You get
Yeah.
that like email. I was like, I didn't get mine. That's weird. And then I was like, whatever. And so I go and I see that the flight is in my calendar home to Los Angeles. And then I see the confirmation number in my calendar. And then I put the confirmation number into the American
Yeah.
Airlines app and I
American.
put
Yeah.
my last name and it says not found. And I'm like, so I'm digging through my emails and I'm trying to find my confirmation. And the only confirmation I have is Donna's confirmation, not my confirmation. And I was like, did I forget to book a flight home? Like, did I
Yeah.
mentally book the flight and not actually book the flight? So then I go online and I'm trying to find any possible one-way flight home. And of course, it's the day of. Flights are, ridiculously expensive. And all they really have available are like these random middle seats on these random flights home. And so luckily I ended up finding one. And instead of flying at 11:45, I flew out at 10. But at this point, it was like already 8. And I was like, it's 8.
We
The
gotta
flight
go.
leaves at 10. I have to pack,
Boarding at 9:30.
get in a car, make it in Monday morning traffic to ORD, and check a bag and get through security and pray that I make this flight.
Yeah, because you were like
So-
you were there for a few days. Yeah.
We got there right after 9. Boarding was at 9:20. Right after 9. So then I run to the front. I check my bags. I'm trying to like pull it all together. I check my bags. That probably took the longest. I have TSA pre-check, so security was luckily a breeze. And then I had like 5 minutes to board. So at that point, I just chugged a vodka soda and then walked on the plane and napped.
There's no way. It's just so stressful. I just can't. Like it's that I just can't. Like I mean, I'm at the airport like an hour and a half at the lounge before my flight leaves. I just get nervous.
I like to at least have a 1 hour buffer before.
Yeah. I
To
that's
like
just
have
me.
a bite, grab a water, go pee, get a coffee, get a drink, like whatever I need.
Super fun weekend. We had a blast in Chicago. The show was just very successful. It was great. It was lovely to meet Jenny McCarthy. She's fun and just kind and nice and just looks amazing.
She was a hoot, yeah.
Yeah,
The fun,
really,
the whole
actually,
night
really
was so
funny.
fun.
And she needs to do that podcast she was talking about.
Yeah, she's going to. She's been
Yeah, she is. This is
working
amazing.
on it.
Yeah, that's also yeah.
What's on the docket for today?
Okay, let's get into the Valley. Did you watch the Valley? You watched it, right?
Yes, I watched it for you. I caught up.
You were like, well, I kind of stopped halfway through.
I did, and I actually enjoyed the finale. I thought the finale was funny. I thought it was good. Like I haven't been watching all season. so I
Nothing
haven't
resolved, but it was good.
Yeah. But it was like Zach was hilarious in the finale. He like his
Yeah.
tantrums and his theatrics and him like yelling at Britney and she's like, Zach, what are you talking about?
I'm next week. I have a guest on next week, and he has a bunch of tea on Zach, and it's really good. It's like counterfeit shit. It's like, yeah, tune in next week. He's gonna be on next Wednesday. Simon Curtis. He couldn't do today, but okay. Jesse and Michelle was a big part of it. I mean, I go back and forth. Like, I like Jesse, as you know. I think I have like a small little crush on him from meeting him at that Los Angeles magazine party with you. And I thought he was lovely. I chatted with him for half an hour. You said the same thing. You had words with him. Just like nice. Just, we chatted. I mean, I chatted with him for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They're talking about the divorce. He doesn't have a lawyer. He's like, I spoke to my lawyer, and he's like, did you speak to yourself? He's like, no, we both be his
know.
friends. And so
I'm
she
sure,
had a lawyer.
I'm sure he has somebody that like he may have
course.
retained or had questions, but
Yeah.
he is still representing himself. Yeah.
And look, I mean, a part of it, of the reunion, you kind of hear that like he has kind of financial issues. He's said it on the finale that he's kind of financially stressed out. He probably doesn't want to spend money on an attorney. And he's probably like, I can fucking figure this shit out with her attorney, and like, let's just kind of put out as many fires as I can, which he said on the reunion. I hate the way she said to him, like, oh, like he can cry like on a beat or whatever. And then Janet's like, oh yeah. like he can. So all those
Tears dried up
When
real
you-
quick.
Yeah. When you look at that scene though, there definitely was a gap between him crying and I'd say it was 20 minutes later when they connected the both parts together.
Yeah.
Because his face looked completely different. Then it wasn't like just like immediate.
Yeah, and like that happens and Janet of all people knows that like what you're seeing isn't a direct word for word line by
Exactly.
line conversation. Like it's edited and condensed and cut down to get to like the meat of the conversation.
Yeah. And she's just sitting there with her fucking snide comments. I was like sitting down last night and she said, like, you know, about Danny saying that, like, he was my. She's like, he's an actor. He knows how these things go. Fuck you, Janet. I just was screaming at the TV last night on my own. It was really
I don't get
exciting.
why they keep coming at Danny. Like I don't get what it is about Danny that they find so problematic.
Yeah, it's. I think she's jealous of their relationship. I really do. She's going on to have 3 kids. They're like they seem very happy with each other. He's like he has probably a good job. They're moving to Santa Clarita. They're setting up their life, and I feel like Janet's just fucking miserable. It's
Yes.
just it's I just she. Well, I mean, look, someone that talks like that all the time and just really just like kind of like a Karen, like you can't be happy. You know, it's weird. It's like you'd swear Danny grabbed her ass the way she's reacting to shit.
Yeah.
It really is. Then we kind of, it's, Jesse and Michelle are going back and forth. He kind of says it's like a tit for tat. And he's like, yeah, it kind of is. It kind of seems like that way. Why can't we not just be done with it? It seems like it's a pretty straight divorce. You guys don't really have assets and so forth. And so then she says that he's demanding that she pay for half the wedding cost. And she's like, I paid some money. And he's like, yeah, 10 grand. And so the wedding apparently cost $150,000. I find that I feel like he did not ask her, but I feel like he probably said it in a fight, shouting at her, screaming at her. They're in some fight, like, I paid for that fucking wedding. Like, you should really fucking pay half that money back to me. I feel like it was kind of like maybe
Yeah.
like an argument, like it was just like a fight and you just throw shit at each other. And I feel like it was like that. So she used that, like he asked for half the money. It's like, what is this, like Orange County Shannon Bedore again? Like it's like, I don't know. I don't believe that. I feel like they were very hard on him. Like with the crying thing, like I just feel like when he cries, it's really legit. I feel like his life is kind of falling apart a bit, and he's really having a hard time with it. That's my opinion. That's what I see. I don't think he's this fake ass guy. And she cheated on him, and I think he's really upset about it. I think it's really
Yeah.
hurt him to the core. You
Yeah.
know?
Understandably.
Yeah. It's like, here's the thing. Logically, it's understandable. Yeah. I didn't like, though, the idea of Jesse's girlfriend talking shit to Britney, though. And then Britney saying, like, oh, yeah, she was talking really bad about you and this, that, and the other. Like, I felt bad for you. And I don't think Britney would make that up.
No. I don't know. Brittany does like sauce things up a bit sometimes.
Does she? Yeah.
I
But
think
he
so.
seemed very confident. He's like, okay. It's like, whatever you want to say. I'm fine over here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. So that was kind of it. He said weaponizes the child, the grandmother dying. But he said, like, I've never said you can't see her. And he said that on the season as well. Like, I've never said that you can't see, that Isabella can't see the grandmother. So I don't know why.
I don't understand the grandmother piece because they both have very different sides of that story, but I feel
Yeah.
like we didn't get clarity on like, well, what was actually said and what was resolved and did she see the grandmother or not? Like it was
Because
I
he
don't
was
know.
like, I hired a behavioral specialist so we could discuss this to do the right thing. And she's like, yeah, and you didn't do the right thing. He's like, I never said that she could never see your grandmother. But you wanted to go on a trip to Italy for 2 weeks and then get the sister to look after Isabella, and then I would look after, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I didn't but I don't understand what ended up happening or what was said, what he actually why she didn't like I don't know. That
I'm
whole
just,
thing was confusing to me and I still have no
it was a
clarity on
bit.
it.
Like, I think what he was getting at was, your grandmother's dying and you're going off to Italy for 2 weeks. Why are you not using that week to go see your grandmother for Isabel? You're heading. Do you know? I think maybe that was kind of
Yeah.
the dig that he was implying. And she was like, I can't. Like, I'm just tough. Like, I can't cry like you do. That doesn't mean like. So what? He's not allowed to cry.
Yeah, just
because you
because he
can't.
can cry doesn't mean, yeah.
I thought it was dumb. Like, there was such a stupid thing to say. Then we got on to Jax and Britney. I lost my sparkle. He's
Her
like,
and her,
oh
and he's
God.
like, you and your sparkle.
I
My
kind of
sparkle.
loved when he said that. A fucking
Lost my
sparkle.
sparkle.
Um, Jessie said that she slept with a billionaire for $1,500 a night. I mean, the two of them just apparently looks like they have no money. And then I have evidence that, Danny said that or whatever, I guess on the sofa, and he thought he wasn't mic'd. And I believe
Which I
Danny.
believe. I believe that he just kind of forgot.
Totally, because like
I
the
think
crew was probably set. They were probably like putting down the lights, getting all their shit together, and he was sitting on the couch. He was like, "Hey, by the way," that he totally whispered, because you just do that, even when you're mic'd.
I was mic'd. I mean, I've been mic'd this entire tour, and like there are moments where I forget, or moments where I like will do this and be like, "Oh shit, do I still have my mic on?" Because like you're just sometimes so in the moment
I
that you
turned
don't.
off my mic once or twice.
Oh, you turned it off?
I was talking to a fan, and they were like talking to me, and I was like, this doesn't need to be like this conversation. And I just turned it off for a second, and then I turned it back on.
My mic was on the entire time.
I mean, other than that, it was like literally 3 minutes. He's been leading Mendy my.
Well, your
and
mic
then
was
she's
also
like,
easier to turn off than mine was.
because it's the road one, and because I have them, so I know how to do
Mine
it.
wasn't.
But
Yeah.
then, what else? Oh, God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm like struggling to get through this. So she
Britney
says to him,
found her
like,
sport.
how are you paying your rent? And he's like, I'm paying my rent. She's like, who's lending you the money to pay the rent? And then
And
she
see, and we
says
never
something-
got any answers about that either. Like,
I
I feel
know.
like they always throw these things out, but we have no answers or conclusion to any of the shit that Michelle or Jesse throw out.
That looks like it continues though, because remember Andy says like, "Are you blowing somebody for like money or whatever?" He's making a joke.
Oh, yeah.
And then Zach goes like, "Don't look at me," and so, but then she's so fucking patronizing Michelle. She's like, "It's okay to admit it. It's okay to admit it." I'm like, "You fucking like." They hate each other. I just that's what I'm coming down to. Like they just do. But now she's single. So when did they break up after that? Aaron and her. Because they were living together and everything.
It was just reported, last week or the week before that they broke up?
Yeah.
And the reunion was taped a while ago because they needed to tape it before Kristen and Nia gave birth.
Got you. Then we move on to Jax and Britney. 3 years, no sex. So he's not great in bed and all this shit. And then 4 months ago, they slept. I mean, I don't know. These two she lost her sparkle. I felt like Jax held himself pretty well in that. I felt like he was calm. He was talking. He was taking a lot of responsibility. I know people are like, he fucking does that every single season, Stu.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like he's really going through it, like legitimately going through it now. Like this time. I kind of feel sorry for him a bit. I feel sorry for her too, because like he's a fucking maniac. But she's driving me crazy as well.
Yeah, I mean, she's not great in any of this either. I don't know if I like either of them, but I mean, she is the lesser of the two evils.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
listen, he always does his little song and dance, and he's like, I'm a human too. I'm a person
Yeah.
too. It's like, I don't know. You're kind of diabolical, honestly. Like, like you're a diabolical human being. Like you are terrible to her. You're terrible to everybody else. The way he's even trying to push this Danny is an alcoholic, sort of story. Like it's all so crazy to me. I just think he's a terrible person.
Yeah. It's just, I guess I just have to kind of, like she's kind of yelling at him and he's kind of staying calm and stuff. He's trying to do that whole thing. Like, if you yell, you kind of look like the crazier person.
Because I think he knows like his job was on the line.
I can't believe he called her like a tree trunk.
That's wild. The tree trunk comment was wild. I was like, oh my God.
Wow. I was like, Jesus, you call me a tree trunk. I'm like, oh, fuck. Anyway, that's kind of all I got out of that. And we have next week. But it was literally like Michelle and Jesse, Jax and Britney. I'm sure there's more Jax and Britney shit as well. But, and then you had snide remarks from fucking Janet. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, no, he pushed her in the rose bushes.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Like, no,
It's
I
not
didn't.
funny, but
That's
it's
not
kind of
true.
funny.
She's like, it's on the ring.
They're like, we all saw it. Quickly. So anyway, we'll be back next week with more reunion shit. Blake Lively, she moved to Deposition again. So any updates? You can keep it brief.
I don't know if she has or like it hasn't. It was reported, but I haven't seen any confirmation of that actually happening.
But wasn't it meant to be Monday?
No, it was meant to be Thursday, the 31st.
Okay. All right. It's tomorrow. So we have to wait and
So
see.
she's set to be deposed on Thursday of this week. We'll find out last week or last time, the 17th, when she was supposed to be deposed. We didn't find out until the morning of. So we'll see.
Can I ask you a question when I heard that? So all these people flew in for this deposition, is that right? In New York or wherever? And so she just can't. So they're all in the hotel the night before. They're getting up in the morning, ready to go into this deposition. She's like moving it.
Yes.
So they spent thousands on flights and whatever.
Probably. Yeah.
What a fucking bitch.
And
I'm sorry.
So
you just are horrible.
It's...
No, and I know she's done worse things, but like, it's literally, she's like, I'm going to piss them off. I'm going to do this. Like, there's nothing else to it. If you're going to move to deposition, you can move it 2 days prior or a day.
Well, no. So the reason that she used for, so there's this guy, Jed Wallace. He's like a social media manager. And so he was retained by Wayfair to monitor conversations online, Reddit, whatever. And his job was just to monitor what was going on. She's claiming that he was part of the smear campaign against her, that he lodged this smear campaign and, you know, probably sent bots and did astroturfing and all these things that she's claiming he must have done as to why the negative comments about her were like so crazy at that time. When I feel like they've gotten much crazier, and it's more in response to her lawsuit than it ever was last time. Like, I feel like her reputation now compared to during the promotion of the film, it's gotten so much worse. And it's because it stems from the lawsuit that she lodged. But so she was
kind of
trying
people
to
usually
get
take
him,
on themselves.
Yeah. She was trying to get him, like, brought in the case, and he was trying to get dismissed. And so ultimately the judge allowed for him to get dismissed from the case because he's like, I didn't work on the set. I didn't harass her. Like, you know, I didn't do any of that stuff. So this guy, Jed Wallace, got dismissed from the case, but he was dismissed without prejudice, which means that she could then file her claims against him down the line. And so she could refile against him, which is how the judge dismissed
needs to be removed. He just is so like in on it. He's terrible. Like, it's just so obvious he's pro her. Like, it's crazy.
It is kind of crazy. It is very obvious that he's leaning more on her side. At first, I was kind of reluctant because I never like to be like that, you know.
Yeah.
They're judging unfairly. But in this case, like, it's pretty obvious. But so anyway, he was dismissed, but she has an opportunity to bring back the claims against him if she changes her lawsuit down the line. And she said, I am planning to change to update my complaint so that he gets brought back into it. So her deposition was supposed to happen, though, and because he was technically dismissed in this moment, he wouldn't have been allowed, his attorneys wouldn't have been allowed to participate in the deposition and question her under oath with the claims against them. And she said, I'm only going to be deposed one time. This is the only time, so this is the only time you're going to get to ask me questions. So it would have given Jed Wallace, it would have taken away his opportunity to ask questions, to challenge her claims against him. And so she said, well, I'm not going to amend my complaint. I have until the 31st to do that, so I'll probably wait until the 31st to make my amendment. I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain it in like really easy to understand terms.
It's complicated.
So she extended the deadline, and because she extended the deadline, she then was allowed to push her deposition back, and none of the attorneys fought back. None of the Wayfair or Jed Wallace's attorneys fought back against her because they need that deposition. Like, Jed Wallace needs that opportunity to depose her if she's going to make claims against him in the future.
Watch this space. We'll see tomorrow.
It's a mess. She's just delaying and dragging things out.
So there possibly could be a deposition tomorrow, but it could be pushed.
Yes.
Okay.
It could be. We'll have to wait and see.
Next thing that I've been seeing all over, and it is driving me insane. And I think it's ruining it for everybody. So British Vogue under Instagram. And I was like, I'm glad they said it because I felt the exact same way too. Not to be dramatic, but the paparazzi are ruining movies for all of us.
Yeah.
So this is about The Devil Wears Prada, right?
Devil Wears Prada, yeah.
I cannot open my Instagram without seeing video footage of them doing scenes, all the outfits. Like, we're going to be watching the movie and we're going to know exactly, like, the progression of all these outfits. Because a lot of the fun in season 1 was, like, her transformation from, like, shabby to, like, chic, whatever, right? And, like, a part of it is just seeing the awesome outfits. Because back in, when was the first one? Like 20 years ago? 15?
Yeah, I think so. Like
Probably
20...
like 2008 or 2008, maybe? Something 2006 or 8. I guess a cell phone's 2006. So that was like BlackBerry era. So they didn't really have camera phones and stuff like that. But paparazzis were around. And Facebook was around. I wish they would stop. Just stop. Like, I love to see a few behind the scenes, like, oh my God, how exciting. They're all shooting. Look at Anne Hathaway. Look at Meryl Streep. Look at Emily Blunt. Look at Stanley, whatever. They're all back. How fucking exciting. Now stop. Like, it's, I don't know. I hate it. And then people are, I commented on a few things. Well, don't look at it then. It just fucking appears on the feed. It's not like that. I have to unfollow all the accounts.
It's not like you're actively looking for it.
No.
I don't mind. I'm not mad at it. Like, I don't think everyone's like, we're ruining the story. We're ruining it. I was like, what story? What is the story? Like, please tell me the story that has been ruined. Like,
but the big part
I get your point of being... What?
The big part... that you're right. They're not ruining the story. It's like, I agree with you.
Well, also because the scenes don't get shot in order. Like, they never film... Scene 1, scene 2, scene.
No,
they shoot it based off of like production schedules and talent schedules and like what makes sense to shoot this here and there and where. So all we're really getting is their scenes that are going to take place around the streets of New York, which for the most part are really just the most we've seen is them crossing the street or getting into a car.
Okay,
like, we haven't gotten any dialogue. We don't have any plot points aside from what's already been released. I don't mind it. To me, I'm enjoying seeing the photos. I'm getting excited for the film.
They will have the offices of like Vogue or whatever, of Runway, like in like a set like they did in season 1. Like they built that office and stuff where it wasn't shot in a building. So there'll be a ton of like scenes from that, which is great. But I'm just saying a big part of that movie is the outfits, is the fashion. And we're just getting to see a lot of it. Like Emily Blunt's outfit was so fucking hot. Like yesterday that I saw, I was like, oh my God, it was so good. But I would have loved that surprise. But whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but whatever. We'll wrap it up. Just last thing, I want to get your thoughts on this. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau grabbed dinner together in Canada. What do you think about that? Do you think it's anything?
I don't know. I mean, they're both single. I hear they met possibly back in February. Maybe her relationship with Orlando was a bit on the fritz. And, I mean, going to dinner, both two single people, no managers, no assistants, no agents, no friends. Like, it's kind of intimate.
That is intimate, yeah. I mean, why else would they, like, they're not friends. Like, why would she be friends with, like, was he the Prime Minister? Is Prime Minister of Canada?
Prime Minister, yeah.
Prime Minister, yeah. Like, yeah, you're right. It probably is kind of a date or something. Really quickly, I was wondering, so Travis Kelce did a photo dump with Taylor Swift like last week, and there was like 5 or 6 photographs or whatever it was. But I guess one of Travis Kelce's teammates kind of spoke out and said, which when I saw it, I was like, this is so cute. They're having fun. Like, it's really cute, like this little montage of photographs. And he said he ran every single image by her. Revealed an insider. He didn't want to post anything she wasn't 100% comfortable with. He respects her privacy, always has. I wish my ex respected my privacy. That didn't happen. But I get that because in case, she's all about the Easter eggs. She doesn't want to give anything away. And then everybody's zooming in on his phone. and it was like a photograph of like her and him together on his phone, and she was like doing this, and people thought like, oh, it's an engagement ring. Like, when people just go crazy, but I always wondered that. I'm glad, like, I was wondering, like, did he just post that? Like, I was like, no, that's curated. She like approved all that shit, which I get.
1000%.
I mean, she's the biggest superstar right now in pop music, but whatever. Hopefully an album comes out in August. I need one. I need a new album.
I don't think she's gonna have a new album anytime soon. She's living
You
her
know what?
bliss.
It's been over 400 days since Torture Poets Department. So it doesn't feel like that because we saw so much of the Eras tour and all that kind of stuff, whatever. But that's a year. It wouldn't be unusual if she did bring out one.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, Zachary, thank you so much for coming on. Get your tickets at nofilterlive.com. I'll be there. Zach will be there. And who else will be there? The twins? Where are they?
Yeah, Sidley twins.
I'm gonna reach out to them and get them on next week.
You need to have them on your show. I think it'll be so fun.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all soon, everybody. Go follow Zach at No Filter. What's it? No Filter with Zach, or just plain Zach.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.